Hello everyone, my name is Tina Otti. I'm a registered nurse midwife and internationally certified childbirth educator. I'm also a mother and grandmother, and today I'd like to continue talking to you about the development of your baby, the amazing miracle that's going on under your very nose as cell by cell every day your baby gets built. I often refer to the pregnancy period as the baby building period. So around about that 4-week mark, we already mentioned that your baby's about 4 millimeters. And in the next month, they're going to grow another 4 millimeters to about 8 millimeters. Anything closer to the heart grows faster. So the arms grow a lot faster than the legs. And what's happening at the end of the arms are tiny paddles are developing where the hands and the fingers are going to be. What's also developing at this very early stage is the head. Not the face yet, but the head. No skull bones are visible just yet. That's going to come a little bit later. Major organs are being developed at this time, and this is when the risk is very high for major birth defects to occur in the first 8 weeks of pregnancy. And that is why very often moms have aversion to things like the smell of petrol, certain foods. It's as if the body goes into a position of defense so that mom doesn't feel, she's very tired, she doesn't feel like doing anything that could be potentially harmful to her or her baby. So around about 6 weeks of gestation, that baby is now about the size of a Smartie. Okay, it's very tiny, and probably you don't even know the baby is there. As baby grows a little bit further and gets to 8 weeks or so, they look a little more like an unshelled peanut. Okay, it's already quite a lot bigger. And as they get to 3 months, they're going to be the size of your thumb. I used to call it Tommy Thumb. Your baby, your embryo, your fetus is marinated in your fluids. And in your fluid, in your amniotic fluid, are hormones and chemicals. And we know that hormones are chemical messengers. So babies feel what you, mommy, feel. They just don't understand it. And their reactions to your hormones and your stress hormones or your love hormones would be to feel it rather than understand it. The understanding may come a long time later, sometimes on a psychologist's couch. Some other amazing findings that we know about this time in the womb is that at 6 weeks, your little embryo responds to the touch of a hair, and that touch begins in the face and then spreads outward and to the rest of the body. All smelling mechanisms are developed and fully developed while your baby's in utero, and the baby's auditory nerve is fully functional at 11 weeks gestation. By 20 weeks gestation, the ossicles in the ear, those tiny little bones, are adult size and fully working. By 18 weeks, that baby starts to hear. It's something that switches on slowly, kind of like a dimmer switch. At 24 weeks, the intricate cells in those ears are working, and that is when many pre-birth stimulation programs are started or encouraged that you start. I would really like you to start talking to your baby and singing to your baby long before that, so it just becomes a routine thing to do. Language acquisition also starts in the womb, and that is where we get that lovely term mother tongue. I learn from my mother. I hear my mother's voice. I can distinguish her voice over a stranger's voice, and that is why when you meet your baby for the first time and you say, "Hello, Nicholas," or "Hello, Angela," that baby's going to look into your eyes and recognize you because your baby knows you from the inside out. Nobody else does, but your baby does. So I encourage you in the early part of your pregnancy to get used to talking to your baby. Get used to connecting with your baby. They thrive to connect. They want to connect, and they connect sooner than you know. So enjoy talking to your baby, read your favorite stories to your baby, but more about some of that pre-birth stimulation still coming along. Right now, I just want you to marvel in the wonderment and the miracle of them actually being there, of overcoming the conception, and the fact that that little sperm gets to the egg and makes contact is in itself a miracle already. The hardest part of the race has passed. I hope you enjoyed today's session.